inside guard, senior number 3, Jeff Drajin. Point guard, junior number 5, Brendan Kelly. At forward, senior number 12, Ross Wiles. And at guard, senior number 14, George Visconti. The head coach of Johnson in his 9th season, Dave Kennedy. Assistants are John Hadeyka, Greg Baker, and Anthony Fischetti. The scorekeepers, Julianna and Kayla. The athletic director, Gus Kalikas, and the athletic trainer, John Renelle. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please rise to start today's varsity game with the playing of our national anthem. Wagenblast. I got it. Running the floor this evening, our referees are Casey Thomas and Vincent Palomini. Our clock operator, Frank Wagenblast. Today's game is under the rules and regulations of the NJSIAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Each defeated our varsity girls, and Christ the King won the JV game prior to the varsity boys. And we're set.
Yeah, we're good.
Hardiman will jump for the Knights. Brandon Hund will jump for Johnson. Have a good game, ladies. And here's Kayla Diaz. That's Kayla Diaz, right? Marquale Hardiman.
He's got to be 6'6".
He's only a junior. Traveling. Nice uniform. They have white at home?
What's that?
They have white uniforms at home?
We got white, gray, and black.
Blue, and the blue? The blue was sharp too.
I couldn't get them out of the water.
Yeah. Three. Brandon Hund, 3. Oh. We're here for the introductions. There's Brendan Kelly. Brendan Kelly for 3. It's our third 3 in a row. 6-5. Again, we try and repeat the score. It's 6-5. Johnson. Whistle down by the baseline. No foul.
Double dribble. Double dribble.
Is that, how do you know? I didn't see an indication.
Just from looking at it, the kid went up, the ball wasn't touched, he dribbled, he caught it, and he dribbled again.
Okay.
That's all it could have been.
Yeah.
Neither referee signaled because I thought it was too obvious.
Today's Super Saturday, as we mentioned. We'll explain that later. Christ the King foul, number 23, Hardiman. Number 23's first, team first. We might add to that an icicle Super Saturday. It is the coldest
On record.
on record. Today we're in the gymnasium. Frank's saying, turn the heat up. What'd you call the guy, Joe Cheapo?
Well, all I can say
And
is
I
that
said,
it's
who's
warmer
that?
here than it is outside.
Jeff Drajin, assist by Hund to Drajin. Johnson foul number 3. Jeff Drajin, his first, team first. So 8-5 Johnson. Again, we repeat the scores just to keep you informed at home. But it was raining threes early in the contest. The feed, that's the Knights of Christ the King in Newark. Had a great season last year under head coach Cecil Stinson. Johnson under 9-year head coach Dave Kennedy. Blocked by Hund. Visconti to
Nice
Kelly. Good hustle by Kelly.
Georgie got hit. Got hit again.
Foul charge to number 2, Nazir Hatcher, his first, team second. Hatcher was complaining he thought it was all ball. Bobby Dante will have it all on replay. This is a Bobby Dante video production. Visconti at the line, empty on the first quarter, 8-5 Johnson. Yes, this is the 6th game here. And Frank, you've done all 6 as the clock operator.
It's been quite a day.
George Visconti.
Quite a day.
So we started with the middle school, Kumpf girls, under head coach Rick Hoos.
Rick Hoos.
I said Rick Hoos.
Yep,
Did you
got it
say
right.
who?
Oh, Jesus. Ref. Never mind.
Basket is good.
The scoreboard went out and it came back on.
Marquale Hardiman. Basket is good. Fouled by number 12. Ross Wiles, number 12, his first.
Folks, what that was, the
At
scoreboard
the line,
just went
Hardiman
out.
shooting 1, trying to complete the 3-point play.
And before anyone noticed, it went back on. Someone's on our side, and so we just hope it stays on.
Hallelujah. Kelly double team, gets it across to Hund. Brandon Hund, Brendan Kelly. Brandon Hund, Brendan Kelly. That's Brendan Kelly. Visconti 14 with the ball up top. Good
Georgie
quick
right
move.
to the rim.
Oh,
Get it to go. Good
did
move
everything
to the
but
basket.
finish. Great drive.
Yeah.
The corner, he's got the shot but decides to pass it out.
Another 3. Pure.
3-pointer. Michael Jackson for 3. 10-9 now. The Knights of Christ the King. Of the 6 games, how about the JV girls in the middle of the day?
The block. Yeah, back court.
Backcourt.
Couldn't get back to the front court before he touched the ball.
Wow, a lot of action in these early minutes. 3.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
Let's see who'll inbound. This is Mark Scott, number 5. Number 12 is Toha, Emmanuel Toha. Only a sophomore, 12.
Wow.
Here's Hardiman. It looks like a walk. Traveling.
That basket won't count.
It was a slow motion move. Substitution, number 20, Al Kemp. And number 10, Skirling Reynoso are on the floor for the Knights. As the fans at home know, I do the PA, so they might hear things the second time. It's not an echo. Don't adjust your TV sets.
There's nothing wrong with your set.
George Visconti. I might come across a little nasal today. Fans might say, is that Nick? You know, it does, but...
You sound great to me, I'll tell you.
With the cold weather, though.
Johnson
Brandon
getting to the rim here
Hund,
early.
13-10 Johnson.
Nice moves to the rim. Johnson bench wanted to walk.
The midair
There.
putback. Al Kemp. Al Kemp is Hund in a hurry. 3-on-1.
20.
Rebound by Toha, number 12.
In transition. We are
That
at
could have been
track
a walk.
meet today.
Blocked by Visconti.
Oh, Kelly got away with a walk. Visconti to the rim again, and he got hit.
Knights foul number 20. Al Kemp, his first, number 20, third team. George Visconti shooting 2. So here we are at the Kennedy Dome, Johnson High School. So we had two. Kumpf is a middle school in Clark.
Yes,
For
indeed.
people visiting family members in Clark and who are watching our broadcast, they're like, where's Kumpf? You know, or what is Kumpf? It's a middle school we have here in Clark. Number 12. Strong move by Emmanuel Toha. Basket is good by Toha. Fouled by number 12. Ross Wiles, his second, team third. So he'll shoot one. They took the lead again, the Knights, by 1.
It's grazed the rim there in the free throw.
Did it graze?
Just
Or
grazed it.
would it have been a whistle?
Would have been a whistle if it
Nice
just
call.
a hair of it.
You have 20/30 vision, right? Or something like that, you said?
2012, last time I got it checked.
Jeff Drajin, because I really didn't see it not hit the rim, but I knew something happened with the revolution. But
Blocked from behind.
blocked by Hund.
No ball.
Jump ball.
Sorry.
Hund and Toha on the jump ball. Returning is Marquel Hardiman, number 23, for the Knights. So a minute 30 left, first quarter. How about that front row of fans right there? The elder fans, the student bodies to the
Celebrity
right.
row.
Yeah, it's a who's who in high school
Oh
hoops.
my gosh. Unthought about a 3. Defense closed out quickly. Drajin underneath can't finish. It'll stay with Johnson.
A minute 5. 15-14 Johnson by 1.
Tightly played first quarter.
Yes.
Kelly had the cut.
Jeff Drajin,
Drajin has a cut. Looks like it might have been blocked.
yeah. Nice that he knew the guy was there. 20.
Play.
Al Kemp, assist by Scott to Kemp.
Under 1 minute to play. 16-15.
Oh, who scored it?
Price the king.
Basket by Reynoso. Oh, it was a 10, not a 20?
Drajin throws
Thank
away
you.
in transition. Price king scooping layup. No good.
Scott, right? Mark Scott.
Mark Scott finishes with 20 seconds to play.
Wow, they're
First
trading
quarter.
baskets. 18 seconds. Johnson trailing by 1. Kelly across midcourt. 18-15. That just ruined my broadcast.
Visconti for 3 to tie it.
Tie
As
game.
the first quarter comes to an end.
3 by Visconti ends the quarter. And we're tied at 18. A great first quarter of action. Christ the King and Johnson.
Four-pointer.
23, 2, and 20.
33, 2, and 20.
There is no 33.
20. I'm sorry, 23.
Wow, Frank, that's two mess ups on Frank. Number
We
one.
didn't get that in there, did we?
Oh, I don't know. We might be on break. I wonder if he. All right, so what am I having, T? Let me see. Is this Frank's that should have been but wasn't?
It's a botched order.
Did somebody take? Did everybody take a sip out of this so I get botulism or what?
I wouldn't touch it.
Is it good?
I don't drink with milk. I take my coffee black, no sugar or milk. There's a lot going on right there. Sugar and milk.
And cheese.
Knights will inbound to start the second quarter, tied at 18. Wow, is that sweet?
Too much.
All right, back to live action. We're having a lot of controversy at the table here. We got Kayla Diaz. Bobby, when you get a minute, let us know when you can take the table. All right, and the front row across the way, we got celebrities today here on Super Saturday.
Deep.
Deep three by Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
That's his third, right? Is that his third three?
Second three.
Wow, it's a day of threes. 21-18. The Knights of Christ the King in Newark. Hund to Kelly. Kelly fires.
Afterwards. Brendan Kelly ties it up.
Brendan
Back and
Kelly.
forth we go. Quickly to the rim for two.
Emmanuel Toha. The action's end to end here in Clark, New Jersey, Johnson High School.
1 minute gone by second quarter.
Visconti fires.
He misfired, and it gets turned back over to Christ the King.
23-21, Christ the King with the ball in the lead. You think the fans at home are tired of hearing the score? But I know if I'm watching.
Without on-screen graphics, it's hard to keep track.
There's the word I'm looking for. Here's George Visconti. Nice long
Good
pass.
pass to Drajin in transition. Nicely done.
Drajin.
Got behind the D, caught him napping.
Visconti on the assist. Kick violation. Wow, what a long three-quarter bounce pass on a well-covered individual.
Perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed. It's almost like a trick pass. So we're tied at 23.
Another
no more. Three-pointer. Emmanuel Toha.
Toha again.
Christ the King. 26-23. So this tea with sugar is really sweet for me.
I wouldn't have it, but again, it was.
Why wouldn't you have tea?
I wouldn't have tea with sugar. If
Oh.
I have tea, I have my tea with honey.
What was the foul on?
Foul's on number 5.
Foul charge to number 5. Scott, his first. Team fourth at the line. Kelly, 2 shots. So you said you have your, you have
my
your.
tea with honey.
Do you mean with your wife?
Nah.
Kelly deposits the first. That was just a pun. We're using the word hun
That's right.
or honey.
I have my tea
So
with honey.
that's a happy Valentine's
Sure.
for next month.
Hey, can't start thinking about that too soon. To make those
What's
dinner
your wife's
reservations.
name? Last time she delivered you lunch
She did,
here.
and today another shout
Again
out to
today?
Her. Uh-huh.
Wow, what
Even though
a
I'm sure
special.
she'll never hear about this. So shout out to
Well, no,
lovely wife Eileen.
well, we're going to get tapes of the broadcast, so, and I think the audience.
Another
Three-pointer, Michael Jackson.
Jackson's third three.
29-25. Christ the King up by 4.
Very short.
Second
shooter.
quarter. Visconti, well guarded by Hardiman. In the corner, Hund.
Brandon
Three.
the answer.
Brandon Hund. What a game of accuracy today.
Game's being played at a very high level so far.
Rebound, Visconti.
George wants to go, and he's going to pull up, and no good.
One of my favorite shots is the foul line pull-up.
Yeah.
You were deadly from there during gym class, weren't you?
Gym class hero.
Three-pointer. That's Nazir Hatcher for 3.
Another 3.
Unbelievable.
Christ the King leads by 4.
Yes, nice. I'm glad that you
4:30
updated the
to go,
score.
second.
Wow. You not only do the clock, you talk the clock to the fans. We're multitasking here. They don't know that we're doing a lot of things. PA,
We're very busy.
moving coffee cups around. We'd like to thank Kayla Diaz.
For bringing the order.
Yes, and Julianna for calling it in.
Yep.
That's Julianna. I always forget the last name.
Venezio.
Venezio. How you doing, Marty? And your mom, Laura, Marty, and Laura over on Hillcrest. Visconti.
To the rim. Looks like he got undercut, and he'll shoot 2.
Whistle in the paint. Charge to number 2, Hatcher. That's his second. Team 5th at the line. Visconti shooting 2.
Reynoso getting set to check back in for Christ the King.
Visconti.
Free throw's good.
Visconti connects on the first as Reynoso returns back. Number 10 for Hatcher. 3:48. This is a Bobby Dante production. I hope it gets to channel 36. George Visconti hits them both. Timeout Johnson with 3:48. Johnson calls a 30-second timeout.
We have 30-second timeout.
Again, this is Super Saturday. We started at 9 this morning. The Kumpf Elementary girls team under head coach Rick Hoos, they won their contest. The Kumpf boys followed at 11 o'clock under Coach Bain to defeat Garwood. JV girls in a tight one against Oak Knoll squeezed it out 34-30 under head coach Dave Hartzler. JV girls. Varsity girls got beat by Oak Knoll, and the JV boys of Christ the King defeated Johnson in the game prior to this. Is that correct? Are they saying turn it off? What are they saying?
I'm getting a shout out from my fans in the front row. ALJ seniors yelling out things that we've learned in class.
Oh, things you learned in what?
Yes.
Psychology
Some famous
class?
psychology terms. Just missed on the layup, Reynoso just a bit short.
They have a nice team, Christ the King.
Yeah, you can really see why Christ the King was so successful last year. Shoot it well.
Rebound, Hardiman.
Long athletic.
Kelly with the steal.
Kelly with the steal right.
I love that up and under move. I love that move.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do as a kid. I was always short. Mark Scott, coast to coast goes Scott. The rebound in the bucket.
Christ the
By
King leads
Scott.
by 4.
Nice.
3 minutes to go.
Wow.
First half.
He's pulling out all the stops today.
Johnson High School.
How's your coffee that they brought you?
Well, the coffee's excellent.
How do you take it?
It varies on the day and my mood.
Wow, interesting. Varies.
Today was the cream and sugar day.
As opposed to, give us some of your other options.
Black,
Black is mine.
cream only, sugar only.
Don't you confuse them when you walk into Dunkin' Donuts? I just give them the nod. It's
It
nonverbal.
depends on my mood. Those
So did they ever make it already when they saw you park in your car?
never, because they're not sure what
George
to say.
Visconti
Visconti hits, cuts the lead
cuts
to
it
2.
to 2. Oh, see me, I walk. Traveling. When I walk in, they already kind of know.
You're a creature of habit. I'm too unpredictable.
Well, that's probably better to be that way.
They can't ever mess it up. If they give it
Yeah.
to me wrong, I'm still a happy.
That's like my friend when he orders, like if he goes fast food, he always goes no pickles or no mayo, and I said why, and he'll go just so I know that they had to take their time. They couldn't just get one and grab it and give it to you, like say a Big Mac or a Whopper.
Georgie for 3.
George Visconti
And Johnson
regains the lead. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. 3 by Johnson. Getting ready to check in is Matthew O'Connor for Johnson.
Matt O'Connor, right? Set to check in for ALJ.
Matthew O'Connor, number 4. O'Connor is in for Johnson, replacing Ross Wiles. It's elbow to elbow on the student section.
Yeah, the crowd's filled in nicely. That's open. That's another 3.
Emmanuel Toha, 3.
Third 3 of the quarter.
And now they're up by 2, Christ the King.
Check that second of the quarter, third of the game. Christ the King leads by 2.
That was... Knight's foul, number 5's Mark Scott, his second, team 6th. A minute remaining first half. Christ the King up by 2. Block.
Dante, big block.
Blocked by Hardiman.
He hit the floor. No call to the rim.
Michael Jackson. Is that the largest lead, 4 points?
I believe it is. I don't think they've been up
39-35. Unofficially, that's the largest lead.
Really a lot with the handle. A lot with the handle. Very intense. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. George to the rim, he's hit. And he'll go to the line.
23. Knight's foul, number 23, Hardiman. Second personal, 17. Visconti shooting 2. Okay, so you did the quarter there. And then the 3s. I mean, up here I'm looking. Yes, I got you. On the examples in the other book, they didn't, and the other pages, they didn't have that.
Second one's no good. Ball's thrown out of bounds.
Oh, big turnover with 25 seconds.
Yeah. Another opportunity to close the lead down here. Kelly quickly in transition over the line. And it looks like he's going to slow it up. Yo-yo with the dribble to the rim. He lost the handle on the way up.
He still got it off, though.
Got it off.
He always goes to the right when he's making his thrust, I've noticed, just so far tonight. I don't know if he goes the other way.
Big steal. Here's Hund in transition down to 2, down to 1, a block and a foul. A foul.
I didn't see the foul there. I thought it was ball. Knight's foul, number 23, Hardiman, his third.
It's all important. Third
18 foul.
Hardiman. Right, with 8/10 of a second
I thought he
to go.
timed it for the ball.
Yeah, it was tight. Tough third foul.
Yeah. Brandon Hund
Hund hits the first.
hits the first. It's 0.8 of a second, so it's really like under a second. This will cut the lead to 1 and end the half. No. And that ends a great first half. The Knights of Christ the King 39, Johnson Crusaders 37. I can't even say there's snacks out there. Whose ball coming out?
You want a different second half, we could do that.
Whose ball?
Just what's it? It's going to be white, right? White ball.
3 minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah, because you don't want to have 1 and you don't want to have 2. You want to have 3, so if there's like a debate, it's a 2-for-1 vote. Like, do you just want pizza tonight? It's a 2-to-1.
My wife says
I'm 1 of
she
7.
doesn't want an odd number.
Oh, odd number's the way to go. For Christ the King fans, their next game will be at home on Tuesday at the NHA Waterfront against Irvington. That's the Knights next Tuesday at the NHA Waterfront Arena against Irvington. Johnson fans, Johnson will be back here Tuesday night against Dayton. That's Tuesday at Dayton. And mark 2 calendar dates, Jan 14 at Kane University and Jan 20th at Kane University. Jan 14 against Union and Jan 20th against St. Peter's of Jersey City, both at Kane. Johnson will inbound, trailing on the scoreboard to start the second half. All right, here we go. Bobby Dante's ready. Frank Wagenblast.
Ready to roll.
It's Brendan Hund up top, had a lot of threes. Here's George Visconti. Let's see what kind of changes were made. Adjustments is probably a better word.
Schemes. Georgie to the rim, looked like he had the ball.
Who was that?
Oh, nice block. Couldn't quite tell.
Toha with the steal.
Nice block there.
Saved by Hund. Brandon Hund with the save. Nothing doing there. Rebound by Hatcher, number 2, in the arms of Scott, the junior. And here's Hardiman. Hardiman, number 23, again down low, working against Ross Wiles. Good defense. Marquel Hardiman opens up the second half scoring.
Hardiman with a nice take to the rim. He's got to be careful.
And he was well covered by Ross.
Yeah.
Wiles. All right, here's Hund. Back to Kelly, ahead to Visconti.
Johnson.
Oh, I don't know about that. Foul charge to number 12, Toha, his first, team first. It looked like, yeah. There was no contact by the defender. We're talking to Mr. Paderak, the business and also scorekeeper today for Christ the King. And he said, it looked like he just tripped. I saw it the same way. Wait a minute. Oh, we got a whistle.
That's 4 on Hardiman. Big whistle.
Whistle up top. Charge to number 23, Hardiman. That's his
Big
4th.
whistle against Christ the King.
Skirling Reynoso, number 10, reports in for Hardiman.
Won't see Hardiman probably until the 4th quarter.
Wow.
Johnson has to try and take advantage.
Here's Drajin, number 3.
Hund for 3. Oh,
2.
Foot was on the line.
Brandon Hund, a 2. 41-39. The Knights.
Can't go this way.
Johnson foul number 3. Drajin, number 3, his second, team first.
Weak side.
I didn't see what Hardiman did on his 4th foul, did you?
It was on Jeff.
It was off the ball in a pass, and he jumped on into the back of one of the Johnson kids.
Rebound, Visconti looks down, he's going all the way.
Way to the
George Visconti. Visconti ties the game at 41. He went coast to coast. He had the rebound and all the way down to the long 3.
Nope.
Rebound, Visconti.
Johnson looking for more transition.
Ross Wiles, number 12. Drajin. Kelly. Visconti. Kelly, wide open lane.
Kelly charged off the front.
Rebound, Toha.
Good. Good. Go hard, George. Go hard, George.
Both teams off in the transition look aggressively to the hole, but have the wherewithal to stop if nothing's there. Johnson foul number 14, Visconti's first, team second. Returning is Al Kemp, number 20. Tied at 41.
Tight defense from Kelly. Stolen in transition. Here comes Hund to the rim for 2.
Johnson up by 2. Brandon Hund, the steal. Hund gives Johnson the lead.
In the third quarter. Johnson 43, Christ the King 41.
I didn't see a big foul there. Johnson foul number 3, Jeff Drajin, that's his third, team third.
23.
Like I didn't see a big foul there. Frank, did you?
Well, I mean, he cut the player's path off to the basket. You almost have to call something. Hund in transition all along.
I wouldn't have bounced it.
Walked.
What'd they call?
He walked. The defense
Traveling.
brought up-
I wouldn't have bounced it. It was a terrific rebound and pass by Visconti. It got there early enough, but Hund put it on the floor. I thought it was a little unnecessary and called for the travel.
And if you walk into something, catch it, you walk to again. Come on.
Take
I
Hund's-
didn't agree with the walking call.
I think it was.
Okay.
Hund got caught awkwardly and tried to
Yes,
turn
I
around.
agree awkwardly.
I would tend to agree that he walked.
Look at another nice look. Brendan Kelly. Kelly from Visconti. Timeout, Christ the King. So with 3:33 in the third, they call a 30. Isn't that something, all the threes? With 3:33 in the third, they call a 30. I don't know what you call that. Deja vu or something? No. 30-second timeout called by Christ the King. A 30 called in the third with 3:33 to go. I gave that
All
to
the
the
threes
fans.
that have been hit this game,
Yeah.
go play the lottery or something.
What do they call that? Like a headline when it says like senior service self-satisfying. I had that as a headline.
Alliteration? No.
I had that in not an onomatopoeia.
Not
No.
onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is where like meow or quack.
Oh, or sizzling steak? Like a sizzling steak? Or no?
No. Alliteration is where the words start with the same letter.
Oh, alliteration. So that could be like senior
It's a
service.
numerical alliteration, I guess.
Oh,
We're making up terms on the spot here.
wow. I wonder what, like Pythagorean, who made the Pythagorean
Sure.
theorem?
Hey, somebody had to come up with it. Why not us?
Jumper gets in by number 10, Reynoso. Like Pythagorean theorem, was that a squared plus b squared equals c squared?
Absolutely.
Imagine them guys. George Visconti.
Visconti to the rim. Nice move. 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Like I always thought about the math guys hanging out, you know, and coming up with theorems and forms. And I love geometry. Like when we had to prove things. Ross Wiles with the rebound.
You would have been a good attorney.
Who's that, Ross
You.
Wiles?
No, you. If you like to prove things, you would have been good.
I like to what, prove things?
Yeah, geometry, right?
Your Honor,
That's it.
members of the jury,
Sure.
let me spell it out for you on this chart. And I like to do diagrams so people can see. Some people, you show them a photo and they know. But if you just use words, it doesn't paint the same picture.
Not always.
Stay. Just one of you. Hands.
Wide open, other side of the court, they didn't see him. Three-pointer rims out.
2 minutes gone by. 2 minutes left. Third quarter, it's zooming by.
Georgie to the rim again. He's found the crease.
George Visconti, that foul on that guy Hardiman, without him, what an absence.
Because he's a big-time post presence.
Johnson with the ball now, trying to stretch that 6-point lead. So it's going to be minus tonight. like it's been 2 days.
Oh my gosh! I hope my car starts when I leave.
Oh, don't say that. I feel bad for anybody that's... I just wish no one no problems. You know, a breakdown,
Sure.
a tire.
Sure. This is the weather where it happens, unfortunately. Kelly to the rim, kick out.
Whoa, whoa. Almost went to Steve Hund in the front row.
Yeah. George saved the front row from a pretty fast-looking pass. Kelly will fire a three off the back rim. George with the rebound. And Johnson will reset.
Under a minute.
Kelly wants the rim.
I like the floater.
And he gets the roll.
Brendan Kelly.
Under a minute to go. Johnson by 8, their largest lead of the game. 51-43.
Jeff, stand up,
This is Mark Scott with the ball.
Shooter behind! One!
Dangerous path. Wow, Hund like a long-tailed cat in a room of rocking chairs.
Kick Kelly from the corner and no good.
Whoa. Rebound.
Kelly with only a second from back.
It's good. Yes. It's good. It's good. A three.
Brendan Kelly with one of the best shots you'll ever see.
Brendan Kelly.
Johnson surges to the fourth quarter, up 11.
Who's the blonde lady leading the cheerers in the front row? Is that Mrs. Hund?
I can't really tell.
I will have to see behind the refs. Yeah.
He knew the time, too.
Yeah. Now, after the game, the kids go on the bus to the school?
Some go home with their parents. Probably about half.
After the game?
Yeah. Half go back to the
Uh-huh. Now, you live right here, right? In Roselle or Elizabeth?
Right by the Kraken Village.
Uh-huh. Because Linden is there,
Half of my street is
like, my friend lived on, what is it? My friend lives on the one before Elmore Avenue. Applegate? Not Applegate. Is there Applegate? Where'd the mayor used to live?
He lived all the way down the
Knights will inbound to start the final quarter. What's that?
He lived all the way down at the hill.
We're underway in the fourth. Johnson leads by
And what was that bar? It used to be an Irish name, but now it's like
everything going their way thus far in the second half.
yeah, it was Picks.
Now it's Hart.
It's a held ball. Ball goes over to Johnson.
Jump ball. Jump ball. Possession Johnson. We were talking about that before, since there's not really a jump. I still say jump ball. The fans know what it is, but there'll be that transition of words that they'll be, what do you mean jump? So it's a held ball, like Frank had said, Wagenblast. Just like if I say Jeff Drajin.
All the bounces going Johnson's way right now. And there's one more.
Offensive foul. Offensive foul against the Knights. Number 12, Toha. Also a technical charge to Toha, number 12. That'll be his second and third personals, resulting in 14 fouls for the Knights. So all it is 2 free throws. It's a personal foul first, and a technical's a personal, and a team. So he has three personals, and they have 14 fouls. You agree?
Yes.
And these are
They
the
both
these are the
count towards the
technicals
team
he's
foul.
shooting. Brendan Kelly shooting the 2 technicals.
Kelly hits 1 and 2. Johnson takes over.
And Johnson will get possession. Okay, what were we saying? Oh, so like if I say ring me up or dial me up a pizza, what would you think? A phone call,
I think
correct?
we're living in England.
No, but would you think a phone call?
Sure.
Okay, now kids will say dial. What is that? Because they've only pressed buttons. They never had to go around the dial of a phone the way it used to be. Did you follow?
I got you.
Or am I losing you?
No, I got you. No more rotary phones.
Score the basket for Hardiman. Fouled by number 5, Kelly, his first, team 4th. Hardiman will shoot 1. That was on Kelly, right? 5. Yeah, that's only his first?
Yep.
Thank you.
Hardiman back in the game.
Mark Quayle, Hardiman completes the 3-point play.
Felt.
Okay, like dial up, what did I say? Dial up a pizza?
Dante pulls up. Airball. Here comes Christ the King trying to cut this lead with a 3. And it's back.
3. Michael Jackson, a 3.
Basket good, blue 23. White ball in the knee.
He's out. He's done. That's it.
The basket was good. There was a foul after the basket. Number 23, Hardiman, and that's his 5th. He has fouled out. Number 23 with 5, and that's a 15 foul.
Hardiman has just fouled out for Christ the King. Very important loss for Christ the King. It's a
Yes.
big interior presence.
Yes.
So they're going to have to cut this 8-point lead all the way without him. 6 minutes to go in the 4th.
Does he have foul problems?
Yesterday,
He fouled out his last game yesterday also. Is it due to, we have, what's that?
kind of
Only
clumsy.
for 3, in and out.
Oh, we were having you mic'd up. He's very low key, Mr. Patrick. No basket, I assume no. Foul charge to Hund, number 2. Number 2's first. Team 5th.
Each team with 5 fouls. Kelly with the steal on the inbound. In transition, hands to Visconti. Big foul.
The steal by Kelly. Hands it to Visconti, fouled by number 5, Scott. That's Scott's 3rd.
Team's 6th.
Team 6th. George Visconti shooting 2.
5:30.
Is that Mrs. Hund next to Mr. Hund?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe I shouldn't say that on the air.
I'm not sure.
Do you know what I mean? If people could get the wrong idea.
I have no
I
idea
can't see
who
distance.
that is.
Are you claiming the 5th? George Visconti. Timeout Johnson.
Complete ignorance.
Is that a full timeout Johnson?
Signaled for a full.
All right, timeouts. Johnson used the full and a 30? And you guys used the 30?
Yep.
All right. That's Mr. Patrick. You don't want any, Bobby, you want to do faces in the front row? Yeah. All right, let's see. We'll start with the guy in the chair. You see him with the water bottle, Frank?
Packer check.
Who's the, yes, he's a big Packer fan. You see him with the pink hat?
Yeah.
Okay, his name is Mike. He goes to all the Linden games, but also if there's a game around, he'll come in the county. He just dropped his water. Next to him is Joe Graz with the black. We call him Joe Black. Next to him with the arms folded is Mr. Kessock. We call him Billy Ball. His two daughters play for Johnson right now. And keep going. In the white shirt in the front row, Dominic. Needs no introduction. And Clark. We have the blonde there. It's a mystery lady because I can't see. And then we have Steve Hund looking at his cell phone. I think he's ordering that, what's the name of that sweet basil? All you can eat?
Yeah, that's right.
He walked in there, me, him, and George Visconti went to Sweet Basil, 1999, all you can eat, the sign said. When we walked out, the sign said, going out of business, because we ate so much. No, they're still open. Danny doing a great job at Sweet Basil. Okay, here comes Christ the King out of the timeout, trailing by 10, 5.5 minutes.
Tipped, taken away. Bounce past Kelly. Oh, beauty. Beautifully done. Visconti
to Kelly. What a bounce pass. I think he has every time he throws a bounce pass, they're perfect.
Yeah, really nicely done. Wilds with the rebound.
Yeah, I like that he really looked for he was triple teamed. Ross Wiles. Jump ball. Ross Wiles and Hatcher on the jump ball. In the corner there by the door is, well, when the camera swings back, that's the journalist.
Dan Collins.
Dan Collins.
Absolutely.
Dan Collins for high school sports, especially Johnson, is like Hurst. What was Hurst's first name?
William Randolph Hurst?
Yes, he's the William Randolph
Oh
Hurst.
my gosh, we're going back to the early days.
Or do I have to say Rosebud?
Brother Joseph Pulitzer maybe.
All right, here's Wiles to Visconti. They have the clock in their favor, 4 minutes. 61-49. Johnson with the ball.
I haven't called Ross Wild's name much yet today.
But he did do a lot.
He's
underneath.
done yeoman work underneath.
Yeah, so if any Wiles fans are out there,
He really
he's
done
been
a nice
working
job.
hard as a workhorse.
Defensively, rebounding. He's done the
He hasn't
things
made
that
any mistakes,
you
and
don't
he's been
notice.
in on a lot of jump balls that are struggles to get to and to retain.
Yep.
So
He's done
that's a
nice
nice
work.
point. It's like honorable mention.
Absolutely.
Do you have him in class?
I do. For 2
Does he
years.
raise his hand? Is he
He's-
like,
he's-
ooh, I know the answer, or
He's
no?
a great kid, and he
Is
also...
he a senior?
He does. He's a senior, and he bakes some good chocolate chip cookies.
Blocked by
a fun fact.
Reynoso. What's that, hon? What's that?
He bakes some good chocolate chip cookies.
Christ the King foul number 2.
That's his third.
Hatcher, that's his third. 17 foul. Johnson is in the bonus at the line, shooting 1-1. Ross Wiles. Just speaking about the senior, so chocolate chip cookies. What's the deal? Is he trying to brown nose? Like, here you go, teacher, on the day of an exam.
No, not at all.
Okay, so just complimentary chocolate chips.
That's right. Just for the sake of baking.
Okay.
Baking for baking.
I didn't know if he gave them to you on days of the exam.
Talking about what?
Do you, and you're like,
When was the last time you baked for baking
foul charge to number 10. Reynoso, number 10's first, 8th team. Visconti will go to the line, shooting 1-1 at the line, 1-1. Visconti.
Just under
Visconti,
3 to
1-1. Like psychology, do you look at those funny pictures and say, what do you see? Like an ink blot?
Sure.
And do you pass or fail a kid if he says, no, that doesn't look like a German Shepherd? Do you follow?
I absolutely do. I wish that my grading system could be so simple.
What's that, Frank?
I wish my grading system could be so simple.
Do you have a lot of essays to read? Or
No.
do you do true and false? That's easy
A lot
to
of
mark.
content-based.
Like, where do you have to read their handwriting?
I read a lot of their handwriting.
Or does like, how about English class when I grew up?
Oh, God bless my wife.
Guys used to write so sloppy because
Yeah.
there was nothing really in there.
My poor wife is an English teacher, and she...
Do they make them type it now with the
They
use
do.
of computers?
They do. So it makes it a little easier, but it's still hard work. My sister, my wife's in the touch.
Like, how is
Shout
it?
out to my wife, Eileen, once again.
Eileen, you're doing a great job feeding him.
Doing a great
and
job.
I can't believe you deliver.
And taking care of the dog at home.
Yes.
She does it all.
White who?
White 12.
That's Ross's third.
White 12?
Fouls on
Foul
Wiles.
charge to number 12, Wiles. His third. At the line, Reynoso. So it's Irene?
Eileen.
Eileen. I read a book, Falling Off a Cliff by Eileen Dover. You ever read that?
Never. Never.
You get that? Oh.
I get it now.
Oh. See,
It took me a second.
yeah, that's
It took me a second.
Knight's foul number 12,
His fourth.
Toha. That's his fourth. 19 foul, George Visconti, 1-1. Yeah, I've read a lot of good books, like 30 Seconds to the Toilet by Willie Make It. Edited by Betty Don't.
Yeah.
Take it out, let it down. You don't have to run for anybody. Yes, let it down.
That free throw puts
Visconti.
Johnson up 15. With just about 2 minutes to play. He pretty much put this one away, I think.
Shooter here!
Johnson foul number 3, Drajin, his fourth.
This famous Lakers broadcaster Chick Hearn used to say the ice is in the cooler and the jello is jiggling.
Meaning the game is over?
Game is over and
But
the Lakers had won.
Oh.
That's what he used to say at the end of the Laker wins.
And who was that?
Chick Hearn.
Oh, you know who that was, what's his name's favorite? The center, Bill Walton.
Yeah.
I read his, what a funny guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You run it.
I read the physical education book also by Gymnasium. Very,
I heard that's a good one.
yeah, very healthy.
Just the Wilds just can't make the transition. Oh, frustrated with himself.
Yeah.
But
He's played a heck of a game,
he really
Ross
has.
Wiles.
He really has.
From start to finish.
It's unsung work that is tough to do underneath. You're getting
Yeah.
chucked around, not a lot of whistles. Ball's corralled in the corner by Hund.
Walk it up, walk it up, walk it up.
He's trying to foul him.
You can.
Foul charge to number 10, Reynoso, his second.
Team 10.
Johnson is in the double bonus. At the line, shooting 2, George Visconti. So it's a new year. This is, I guess, the first game of the new year, 2018. So in the background, you could see taking the picture is, what's the reporter's name?
Dan Collins.
Dan Collins. What a writer. Yeah, very articulate.
Meticulous.
And if you're not at the game, when you get done with the article, you feel like you were.
Oh, yeah. Really, really strong second half for Johnson today.
Yeah. I think the lack of Hardiman.
It broke.
3 by Michael Jackson.
They could not stop Johnson from going to the rim.
Whoa.
Cross-court pass. Probably not the pass Coach Kennedy wanted him to throw, but long three is no good.
Visconti rips it. 50 seconds.
That one looks like...
George has excellent skills. You know that?
Oh, really?
Excellent skills.
It's complete.
He makes the simple things look, I mean, the hard things look simple. Going between two guys, Bounce pass in heavy traffic, only where his guy gets it in stride, mind you.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 times today. Some really nice transition passes.
See, now he shouldn't play D, the guy. Just lay off. You know, just lay off. That's it. All right, good game.
Beginning to exit. 10 seconds to go. Johnson's going to win it 67-53.
And that's the end of the contest. Nice ball game by Christ the King and Johnson here today. Good luck on the rest of the season for the Knights and head coach Cecil Stinson. Tuesday they'll be playing Irvington at the NHA Waterfront at home. Johnson will be here on Tuesday against Dayton, Tuesday night. Thank you, fans. Stay warm. This is a Bobby Dante production. Any rebroadcast without the express written consent of the Dantes is not allowed.